I'm so scared. This morning we woke up to a beautiful winter wonderland, huge snowflakes falling from the sky, coating everything in snow. But we just made it to Salzburg city from our hotel, and it is pretty much all melted, and now it is just a bitterly cold, rainy day. So we have 3 stops scheduled that hopefully will all be inside to keep us warm. We're gonna try to hit up Mozart's birthplace, Mozart's home, and the Christmas museum. We're gonna see how many we can get to and see what all we can learn and see today, but mostly just try to stay warm and enjoy this beautiful city. We're at Mozart's birthplace, which is funny because we went into the convenience store underneath it yesterday and we had no clue that this is what this was. Well, we just got done with the Mozart Birth Home Museum. I thought it was a really good museum. I was really surprised. They had like pianos and his violin from when he was like 6 and different things that you could like get right up close to the gas. The gas? You get right up close to the glass and like see it. They didn't allow any kind of photography, and there are people sitting in there watching you to make sure you didn't. So we have no film of it, but I would recommend it.
Yeah, really cool. I think I knew very little about Mozart after going through that. So that was really cool to learn all about.
Yeah, realizing he only lived to be like 30-something years old.
And I didn't realize he started so young, composing. It was interesting learning about his family.
Yeah.
It was cool.
So now that we've finished that, we're gonna head to the Christmas museum, and then we'll be going to his home, I guess for later in his life, next. We left the Christmas museum, and it was just kind of a small, quick museum to visit. It only took, I don't know, maybe 30-45 minutes to get through, unlike the Mozart house, which took about an hour or so. But really cool. We got to learn a ton more about the Krampus history and that coming about, and also got to learn more about the Christmas market out in front of the cathedral, which said that it started, like it has origins back to the 1400s in the same place, and then I think like this one, and its form is like the 1960s or 70s. But yeah, I got to learn about Krampus, all the different Christmas ornaments, and just the different traditions here in terms of the way people used to decorate Christmas trees with fruit and nuts and whatnot, and then didn't transform until like the 19th century into like Christmas ornaments that we kind of know today. But super neat, a fun holiday museum to visit while we're here during Christmas time. We learned that we missed Krampus, I guess the Krampus Nacht, Krampus night, Krampus run by 3 days. I guess December 5th, Krampus, guys just like Krampus all over. They wear these ornate wooden masks and they run out in the streets and they walk down and people come out to see them, and then they walk with bundles of sticks and they kind of beat your legs and everything. So this would be like, they take the bad children away. They put them in baskets, and so in there you saw some of the children like behind Krampus on his back in a basket, and so he comes and collects them on December 5th, and then he'll take them and either throw them in a river or take them straight to hell. Just terrifying thing. What I wouldn't normally relate with Christmas night, but then December 6th, St. Nicholas comes and brings all the children toys. I guess the good ones who didn't get taken away in the night before by Krampus. What a bizarre tradition. So we're now at Mozart's home where he lived, I guess as an adult, for like 7 years. So we're gonna check out this museum next. So once again, in that museum, they had people set up and you weren't allowed to film or take pictures of anything. But a lot of the displays were the same, maybe just a little bit more in-depth information. Still really neat. So it turns out it was when the Mozart family, like his father and mother and brother and sisters, when they outgrew the last house that we were at, his birth home, they lived in for like 26 years, I think. They moved over here and they lived there for 7 years. But it was pretty neat. They had like his pianos and other violins and different parts of his music that he had written all out in display. Really good free audio guide. So that was a neat museum. But it's getting dark, so we hit 3 places up today, which is an all-time record for us. Yep. And for them to all to actually be open and us be able to see those is pretty impressive for our traveling. So we're gonna head back to the Christmas market for a little bit and maybe get some dinner there. Guten Morgen. Good morning. So today is way more of a winter wonderland. Yesterday I thought it was, but because it was the first snow, but it was all slushy. And looking back on it, kind of gross, but I don't know if the camera is picking up on it, but it is a beautiful light snow this morning. Everything's getting coated. There's no slush or anything. It's just the perfect snow day. So we are heading back into Salzburg. We may go see the Catacombs of Salzburg. We may go see Joseph Moore's house. He wrote Silent Night, and I guess he lived here, so we may go check that out. So another full day, or may end up being none of that. We'll just have to see what we end up doing. We're playing it by ear today, so follow along, because who knows what you're gonna get today. It could be any sort of thing. So we went ahead and got off the bus about halfway into Salzburg to the spot that we actually dropped off the first night randomly. And we're gonna go see if this Christmas market is open. It honestly doesn't look like it, but it looks like it's out of this huge mansion out in the country. You know, there's probably some really cool history to it, but it did look like there were some Krampuses in there. We're just gonna check. Yeah, I don't know what the plural form of Krampuses is. Krampus. So it most definitely is not open. I mean, it's open, like we can come in and walk around. There are people walking around, but none of the little shops or anything are open. But the trees and everything are really well decorated. It's a pleasant ground. Oh my gosh. How terrifying.
I'm so glad this isn't part of our traditions. Don't think we're gonna incorporate this one back home. I'm so scared. This is different from sitting on Sandra's lap.
Right here they're showing the mask being carved. And so they're crazy intricate hand-carved wooden masks. So back here they have the hard, or the block shape, and then they have a little more details, and they have kind of getting closer to the finished details. So, I mean, really fine craftsmanship is like the positive that I can find in this like terrifying tradition. It just dawned on me as we're walking around that we saw that there was Aubrey Palace, and so that's where we're at right now.
Since it's not open yet, and it looks like it doesn't open until 2, we're gonna just go into town and do a couple things and then come back, because this one looks really cool.
So to continue on our holiday tour, we are heading to Joseph Moore's house now, and he is the writer of Silent Night.
So according to our map, we found Joseph Moore's house, but there's a big iron gate that is locked and no signs saying anything about his name or anything. So we might move on to our next activity.
that's it for the catacombs. Honestly, it only took like 15 minutes maybe to go through there, and it would have cost €2 each, have been €4 total. I don't know if it's worth it if you're going to come here and you don't have like the Salzburg card and you're going to want to go there on your own. There's not much to it, but and then you can walk in and see Mozart's sister buried right at the entrance before. You don't have to pay to get to that point, so just something to think about. We're at the residence of the Prince-archbishops, and there's no cameras allowed inside, so I didn't really get any film of that. I may have gotten a little bit, but it's the residence halls of the ruling powers here. So they're saying that they were the Prince-archbishops because the secular part, and the archbishop is he ruled the church part of Salzburg. And so this is where he lived and also had his court. But then you get to a point where you get to walk outside and you can overlook the cathedral and then the Christmas market, and it is snowing. It's freezing, but it is super cool getting to look down from here and see the snow and get a panorama view of the city.
Wow, that was way more extensive than we were expecting. So we just thought it was gonna be this one little area that you walk in. Just thought it was gonna be a quick little thing. But no, we were in there for hours. And it went like upstairs, and then it also connected to the cathedral. So we got to see the cathedral, and it went just this whole big like loop all around this entire area. So way more than we expected. So this was the residence of the Prince-archbishops, so like their monarchy basically, and they also were over the church, so it showed their connections to the church, and so that was neat. We didn't realize the church was the Salzburg Cathedral was connected to this residence palace kind of thing.
We're gonna head back to the Christmas market that we found earlier today with the Krampuses, and we're gonna see if it's open first off, and then hopefully they have more food. And we may spend a few hours there, if that long, and then get back, because tonight is our last night here, so we gotta pack up our things to head to Vienna tomorrow. As you can see, we're back at the Christmas market that we came to earlier today, and also, as you can see, it is lively and it is open. All the stalls are open for business. There are tons of people here, so we're gonna walk around and check out the spectacular, really quaint Christmas village that's outside of Salzburg at the palace a little ways. And so it feels a little more small townish, but also like in a really historic site that's really neat. Like with the big building, man, the big building with the advent calendar windows and everything is super special.
And I feel like there's a lot more families with little kids here. It seems like a really family friendly one and not as crowded as the other one. So this is a really sweet one. I like it.
Family friendly minus the Krampuses.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Oh, they have fire pits. You can like roast marshmallows with your family around a campfire. And there's Christmas music playing everywhere. I don't even know how many Christmas trees are here, all lit up beautifully, and some are decorated. And there's animals everywhere and little petting zoos that you can go over there. And oh, there's a little train for children to ride over here. The Krampus stuff, of course, is much scarier at night. We didn't even want to walk through the whole thing. We've seen it in the day. We've seen it. I'm just scared of something jumping out and getting me. I don't think they would do that. But then again, I didn't think that anybody would turn Christmas into a horror thing, but... Danke.
This is called a Bosna? Bosna? Sure how you say it. I think it has a curry powder and like a mustardy flavor. And like a bratwurst kind of thing with a bun that he put in a panini. It's really good. we are gonna call it an evening, but this was a really fun Christmas market to get to experience. It had a really small town kind of feel, really quaint, but still a lot bigger than we expected. The markets just keep getting better and better, so we are really excited for more Christmas markets to come to see what else what all the other Christmas markets have.
Get a little sugar.